Hey guys, it's Lps BelieveTV here. Today I am back with my third storytime video, and today I am going to be telling you guys about the time that my church group got someone arrested. Though it may sound very far-fetched, I promise it is not, and I have photos to back me up that will be shown in this video as well. Also, another thing guys, I really apologize if the lighting varies a lot in this video because it is turning to nighttime here, and so yeah, sorry about that. So the story is actually pretty long. I have it all typed out on my phone over here. So I'm probably gonna be mostly reading off of that and just going off the top of my head as well. So let's get into it. So me and my church group were deciding that this one day we were going to all go and we were all going to pack up food, which I'll insert a small picture of like what we were doing right here. We were just packing up food. We were taking out hot dog buns and cooking hot dogs to put in a bunch of hot dog buns. I'm pretty sure we made over 200 hot dogs that day. We spent a good hour and a half on making these things, and I was pretty proud of my work, you guys. It was like me, this like 15-year-old girl, and then a few older ladies, and this one guy who was doing most of the hot dog cooking. So on this day, a lot of people came out to help out in the morning to make the hot dogs and prepare the buns and things, but most everyone had things to do that Saturday, and so basically we decided that we were going to all go and head down to a major city in my state. So the people who ended up going was, let's see, so it was this guy named Steve. He was like our little group leader, I guess you could say, and then his daughter Erin, who was around 27, and then an older woman named Susan, and then her husband, which I don't remember his name, and then me and my mom. So we ended up packing all of the food into the back of a big church van, and we all took our seats in the van. We then headed out to downtown, and we fed over 200 people. It was crazy. It was about 5 of us, and we fed so many people, and I'm just so proud of that. Like, it was so cool. Anyway, so the main story and the arresting part happens when we are driving back. The time of us being on this highway is around 4:00 p.m. So in this van, I am the second row back in the seats, and I'm just sitting there minding my own business, and all of a sudden I literally hear this sound of boom and then whoosh. Now you guys, I have never really ridden in many vans before. Of course I have been in a van, but I have not been in many, and so I honestly thought this was like the AC in the van. I thought it was just a normal van sound. Boy was I wrong. Everyone was talking like how we always were, and the van started swerving, and we had to like pull like immediately over. So we pulled over into a median, which thank God it was big enough for our giant van to fit into. It just happened to be like a really big median, and it was really coincidental that it just happened to be like the perfect size, but it was still really scary because we had ongoing traffic all behind us, and the cars were going 60 to 70 miles per hour. We are in the median and we are just freaking out. We're like, what do we do? We just literally had a flat tire. That's what had happened. Sorry, I didn't say that. But yeah, we had a flat tire. You guys, literally, we were feeding homeless people for like 5 hours and then we get a flat tire. Like, are you kidding me? World, Earth, universe. So we eventually collected ourselves and dialed 511, which is what you dial when you're in a car emergency, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. I dialed this number at 4:56 p.m. and I know because I have the phone record on my phone. So after calling 511, we waited about an hour. An hour. Guys, that's ridiculous. If someone's in an emergency situation, they need help right then, and our group leader, as well as everyone in the car, was getting very frustrated because we were in a very dangerous situation. And the situation was about to get more dangerous. So, during that hour of waiting, we noticed that before we had even arrived, there was a tan Lexus located in front of us, pulled over as well. Now, this Lexus had been there before our flat tire had become flat. By the way, here is a for real picture of what the flat tire looked like, because Erin actually got out of the car and got a shot of it, risking her life just to get a picture. Crazy person, but she's cool. Anyway, we noticed very weird signs from the driver, such as her swaying around, nodding off to sleep, laying back, sitting back up, looking around wildly and ravenously, and then laying back down. Now, at first, when Erin first pointed this out, I thought it was kind of silly, and I thought she was just kind of getting bored and just watching the person in front of us. Well, I began to pay more attention to her too, and turns out this behavior was really happening, and it was happening a lot. When you're stuck in a car and your phone's on low battery and you don't have much to do, I mean, it's really easy to be paying attention to things, so we were all very focused on this one girl in front of us, which we actually just called her Chelsea. I don't know why, but we just called her Chelsea, the person in the car in front of us. Anyway, after an hour of waiting for Hero to show, which is the service that gets called when you call 511, we then called 911 on Erin's phone, which I don't have the records of because it was obviously on her phone. Anyway, it did happen and we did call 911. In fact, we called 911 twice. We called 911 because we were really worried about this woman in front of us. We actually didn't even know if it was a woman at the point, but we later found out it was. We were scared that this woman was going to pull out and potentially kill people. Like pull out in the lane of the highway and just totally run into people and just totally just kill them and maybe even kill herself. Or at least badly injure people. We voiced our worries to the police and they seemed that they were going to send someone, and so we thought it was legitimate and we waited. After waiting a good 30 minutes, we called 911 again. I know, it's kind of silly, but it's really not. Like, it was a scary situation, guys. And the second time we called, they said that they didn't have records of the call that we made the first time. And anyway, finally after being there for 2 hours, stuck on a median with high-flowing traffic at about 60 to 70 miles per hour going behind us, making the van shake, 2 hours later, the police arrived. At first, they approached us and we all described our blown out tire situation and then the strange behavior of the lady in front of us. One officer approached her car and knocked on the window and she was completely just knocked out, or unconscious. She then warily raised her head and saw the policeman's face in the window. She popped up quickly and rolled down the window, and we couldn't exactly hear the words exchanged because we were at a far distance, but we could guess what they were saying. After around 20 minutes, they searched her car after doing a test on her eyes and behavior. As they searched, they found traces of unidentified drugs. She was immediately handcuffed and put in the police car. They also found other things that I'm not going to mention because there could be younger viewers and I just really don't want to get into trouble or anything. She even attempted to talk herself out of her own arrest. Like, lady, there's too much evidence against you. By this point, we had been there for about 3 hours. You want to know another thing the woman told the officers? She told them she had been there for only 10 minutes. That's right, 10 minutes. We had been there for 3 hours. This lady was like going crazy or something. She literally was, because she was actually on drugs and it was so bad. It was very, very bad. She obviously wasn't thinking clearly and was just very dangerous at that point. Later on, the tow guy showed up and aided us in the tire replacement, which we had been waiting on for literally so long, and we were basically losing hope that they were actually going to come. But we had 2 police cars blocking us on both sides, so they were like protecting us from the oncoming traffic. We had a spare in the van and we just had the guy help us. It took them 15 to 20 minutes, but dude, why couldn't you have been there earlier? Oh my goodness! So yes, that is the story of how my church group got someone arrested, and to this day I still can't really even believe that happened. It was so crazy and just weird, and I just am still stunned. But I'm kind of happy that I got to really experience that because, I don't know, I felt like I got a lot of benefit from it and just really got a whole nother outlook on drugs and like why I shouldn't use them and how dangerous they can be. Anyway, onto a lighter topic. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please be sure to leave a pause up if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you really enjoyed to become a believer today. Bye!